this material by now and writing down next to each piece that they pull out what it is. This is 1/8. Our Judaic Studies teacher, who may be the same person, will come along and do a presentation about tzedakah, about giving charity, and how we are supposed to give 1 out of 10. So they would lay it out.
That's fine.
Right now we talk about giving 1/10 of our earnings, 1/10 of our income to charity. So how do you calculate what 1/10 is? Well, these children know how to think about 1/10 of the pie. So we would actually give them the experience whoops, of figuring out 1/10 of the pie. Who would like to help me lay out these grapes so that we end up with 1/10? Would you all like to jump in and help, and we can go one after the other down the line so we end up with 1/10 of the grapes? You can just start. We're going to count out 10, and then another 10, and then another 10, until we end up with exactly 1/10 of the grapes.
Playing Dreidels, another great time to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know you have to count how many you're ending up with on each napkin. So imagine back in the times when the Jewish people lived in the land of Israel, and they were farmers. And they all had crops, and they had harvests. And they would actually have to figure out how much of their harvest was supposed to go to poor people, how much of their harvest was supposed to go to the Kohen, to the priests who worked in the temple, how much of their crop was supposed to go to the Levi, the people who helped the priests in the temple. They had to do really complicated mathematical calculations to figure out how to calculate their crops and what was supposed to go. How much are we ending up with?
7.
Let's pretend that we want 9 on each, or 10 on each. Okay.
Did we say 9?
This is 10. Okay.
10.
Good. So we have 10 of these. We'll take some license. We're just going to pretend there are no more grapes. Oh, sorry. So if we have, and it just so happens that we have 100 grapes, if my crop is 100 grapes, and I know that 1/10 of those, just 1/10 that I have to give to charity is these 10, then of course I would invite them to eat the grapes also. The last step that we would use, which I'm not sure where to put it.
Another rug?
I think we'll put it where the space was cleared.
Okay.
We would actually give them a lesson, and I'm not going to go into all the details right now, but this is a control chart that explains who was supposed to get all of the different tithes, all of the different tenths. The Levi's got some, and the Kohanim, the priestly class got some, and actually there were some that the Israelites themselves were supposed to take to Jerusalem and eat there, and on certain years the poor people in the community would receive 1/10. So there were all kinds of calculations that they had to do, and we would go over the fraction experience with our students and how they would make those calculations. And then, oh, look, I'm using a new spinner and it has no spinner on it. So they would play a game, and I would have Sissy play against Marla. And Marla, you're going to be the carrot farmer. And Sissy, you are going to be the apple farmer. And you're going to start, and what you would do is spin the elusive spinner, and it's going to land on Ma'aser Ani, the 10th that went to the poor person. And since you're the apple farmer, we're going to pull out one card from here that says you got 10 apples this year. So you need 1/10 of your apples to go to the poor person. Can you show me what 1/10 of your harvest is? Right, and it's going to go into that basket right there. And you can put that down. And you're the carrot farmer. And let us say that you landed on Ma'aser Rishon, which is the first tithe, which goes to the priest, the Kohen, and you would pull out that. And you need to figure out how much is 1/10 of your carrot crop and put it in the basket that goes to the Kohen. So you can pull out 2 carrots. Oh, sorry. How many carrots?
In this case, it would be 2.
That's right.
I said 1 here and 1 here.
Yes, actually, they would both go to the. Well done. And then you can actually play this anytime you want, anywhere in the classroom, and you just find a friend and play this together. And you're learning not only about the laws of how we gave from our income and from our harvest, but also you are reinforcing your understanding of math. Thank you very much for coming to this class.